Alright guys, today we are trying a restaurant called Carnitas Don Alfredo, also known as Don Alfredo's. And these carrots are super fire. So we got these pickled carrots, cauliflower right there, and then super really good tasting right here. Let's see. Man. Oh man, flavor profile is acidic, but also like I'm gonna keep eating them. All right, so we got a burrito here. We got chicken burrito, and I put just chicken, obviously, chicken, avocado, lettuce, and rice. So a high carb, high protein option here. Did I put cheese on here or no? Damn, I didn't put cheese. So let's go see this. I usually get the chicken burrito, but the steak burrito's fire too. I should have got Carnitas burrito. We'll do that next time. So let's dive into this burrito right here and get this protein in. And I gotta go back to the studio like in 10 minutes. Pretty much gotta eat this and go back. I'm like 2 minutes away from here though. One more bite. Not just being biased, guys, but this burrito's fire. Biased meaning because, like, so I found a lunch restaurant. It is fire though. Don't ask me, ask Google reviews, ask Yelp, ask Instagram, TikTok. I mean, damn, just ask somebody walking in the restaurant. We're in our 21st year. And we're opening another one in Lions. Another fun fact. Before I opened Blankness Studios, which is a hair salon and clothing brand, you know what? I don't like saying clothing brand because of hold on. Look at the keys. I'm gonna put my glasses on. I don't like saying clothing brand because of I've never liked saying clothing brand, to tell you the truth. It is a clothing brand, but I don't view it as a clothing brand, if that makes sense. It's a creative outlet for my imagination. Let's call it that. So, back to the story. Before I opened Blankness Studios, which is the creative outlet for my imagination and the hair salon, I worked at the restaurant, specifically Carnitas Don Alfredo, with my father-in-law for full-time. I think it was like 7 years full-time. Before that, it was about 2 to 3 years before that, part-time, just weekends, while I was still in college for architecture. Guys, I did a lot of stuff. Maybe I should do a little Q&A of, not a Q&A, a little recap video on my background. But no, I'm just gonna sprint through this. Work with them for about 7 years full time. Then, I mean, I love work. I got a lot of experience working there. Kitchen, front of house, back of house, deliveries, quality control. The business of it. I mean, I still kind of do work there though. I manage all their marketing. I do still work there. Not in the kitchen directly, but still there. But yeah, no, that's why I was saying biased about it. I'm not being biased about it. It's actually really fucking good. But try it out for yourself. And then, so going back to that story. You know what? This is gonna be just story time. I'm gonna start from end of high school to current time right now. Graduated high school. I knew what I wanted to do. Didn't really know how to get to that point though. If that makes sense. So graduated high school. And then rolled into college. Architecture school. Actually, you know what? Before it was architecture, it was construction management. So I wanted to be in construction management. Just based on the fact that me and my dad and my brother were doing we were like flipping homes, and it made more sense to me being construction management. So I was like, let me just do that. So then I think like 2 years in, they dropped the program from my school, and I got left with like a bunch of credits and pretty much just like couldn't do anything with it. I mean, I could have gotten like an associate's from it, but I wasn't really feeling it as much at that time. I was like 19 years old though, you know. And then I was doing here like part-time weekends, like as a hobby. And then that's what I really like doing. I'm cutting hair. Hey.
How you feel about all the racket?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll see ya. Yeah, I'm just on lunch right now though. I cut hair.
Really?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that, sir?
2003.
You got munchkins too?
Yeah.
Boy or girl?
Both.
You go to college?
No, not that. They're still young. Like 7, 8.
You gotta watch out for them, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll see ya. Have a good day. All right, so that messed up my train of thought. All right, so where did I leave off at? Yeah. Where did I leave off at? So, okay, remember now. Part-time. Damn, I gotta go to work. Now we can make it back. got like 15 minutes on before they come in. Thought I had something in my teeth. So pretty much, like cutting hair a lot more, as you hear right now from that lady that she just walked by. That was my ultimate, like, me doing hair is like, that's me, you know what I'm saying? Might not always have been like that. Actually, it's always been like that, but so pretty much did that, and then after that, after it was just doing it as a hobby, what ended up being a hobby pretty much went into like fully booked, just spit food, fully booked, and every day pretty much had a bunch of friends doing their hair. And then yes, I mean it just became such a I didn't know this was just a one-way entrance here. Pretty much didn't know that would have been like, you know, this is how it is, guys. Doing hair, cutting hair, or any type of barbering or cosmetology, stylist, whatever you want to call it. Doing that before wasn't necessarily like a trendy thing like how it is right now. I mean, it's always been popular for sure, don't get me wrong, but like I guess it wasn't really like open to people of like hey, it's a career you can actually work in and make some money and make a living off. It wasn't viewed like that, especially in my household then. So that's why I didn't pursue that right away. While I was in college though, I ended up just really just going to school just to go to school. So I ended up switching to architecture since they dropped the construction management. Did architecture, did a bunch of cool like projects, don't get me wrong, but wasn't really there. I was more into like, man, I want to do hair, because I was already doing hair, so I wasn't really paying attention to like the career-wise of architecture. So I kind of dreaded out a little bit, dragged it with me, and ended up taking another couple more years doing it. And then, so finally I ended up leaving the architecture part of it because I was like, yeah, I mean, I could do this. Then I jumped into civil engineering, which was like a lot of my credits were pretty much the same since I did the construction management. So I ended up just taking a few more classes and ended up graduating with the degree from like civil engineering, but with majority of I mean, it was all like the same thing. I took a lot of classes. I took a lot of classes. So I pretty much had a background in architecture, civil engineering, and construction management. Those three, right? So by the time I finished college, I told all my friends, I was like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm not going to be able to do your hair no more. Like, I got this career going now. And so I'm pretty much just going to be, you know, doing hair from now, not doing hair from now on. And just going to be, you know, worried about my career. And I'm going to order a coffee. Hold on.
Hello, are you paying with your rewards card?
No,
Hey, can I get a small hot coffee, just cream?
okay.
That's it.
Alright.
I should have had some carbs. I had a lot of carbs. So pretty much ended up doing that career as a more of like, yeah, you know, kind of like what gets you through college kind of thing. So I did that, and then I ended up just pretty much diving straight into I got an internship at it was like a construction, no, it wasn't a construction company, it was like an architecture firm, and just did that for like 5 months, the internship. Hold on, just put it right here. Yeah, I did that for like 5 months. Did that for 5 months, and then this is a really great part of the story. Hold on. Just pay. Hold on. tripod. Hold this. So I did that for 5 months, the internship, and then after that, it was like December, and I'm like, honestly, the internship went down south, guys. Some bad stuff happened there. That's why I left, because I was like, dude, these guys are shady. So I ended up leaving there. I'm not gonna say why, or maybe I'll say why later on in another video or something. But if you feel like something's bad at your job or your workplace, it's most likely a good feeling, right? So December ends, January comes, and I'm pretty much just like hanging out, no job, just graduated college, and was I doing hair? I wasn't really doing hair anymore because I had stopped doing it. So I think that what I did was that, like, I remember now that I think what I did. I applied at another civil engineering spot, but this was in downtown Chicago, which was like prime location to where I wanted to work at. And so I applied there. They didn't reach out. I reached out to them like 2 weeks after that. I'm like, hey, you know, I just wanted to like kind of like ask you guys how it's going, the application process, and just like, you know, I needed like an update. They reached out right away and they were like, hey, are you available for an interview? Got the interview, went to it, got the job, and I was pretty much out in the field 95% of the time. What was good about that was that, like, I pretty much was like in control of my, not schedule, but I was in control of, like, I had like 3 guys. I gotta go cut here. My clients are over here. We'll pick it back up. Alright guys, so pretty much we'll go back to where I left off at. After that, I then got the internship, had a super cool job. Then I'm like, yeah, no, that's not working out. Like, we'll get dive into like deep into each like company more in another video. But like, I ended up just talking on my phone. I'm like, hey, can I join the restaurant? Kind of like see how things are there. And he's like, yep. So then I literally quit the job, and my wife was pregnant with our first daughter. So would I do that again? Yeah. No. Yes and no. But no, I definitely probably would do it again. Maybe not in the situation right now, but like I probably would do it. I don't know. I probably would do it. I would do it. So I ended up doing that, quitting the job, and then went to work at the restaurant, and then 7 years from there, pretty much full time. Until I opened Lateness Studios, where we're going in right now. So maybe I'll like detail more. That's a big part of like a chunk of where I'm at right now in the studio, was from like that point of working at the restaurant to current time, is a big chunk of things that are super important in terms of my journey to owning this and everything else. So like that was a big part of it. This is just like a super surface level, I don't even think it's surface level introduction to it, but yeah, we can dive deeper more into that. So, but yeah, that's how when I was saying this talk came from that bias word that I used, but no, it's actually really good. So let me go in there and do some hair. I got a haircut with color, and then I have another haircut, kids cut, and then 2 more haircuts after that, and then that's it for the day. Tomorrow, haircut color style, and another haircut. Who's calling me? So yep, I'll probably record a little bit later on. See you guys.